A hero and a demon. These two had fought many times, and their fighting didn't seem to come to an end anytime soon. This whole thing started when the hero set out to slay the evil demon who he considered the biggest threat to the world. They fought, but no winner was decided. They fought again and always ended in a draw. After some time, they took a liking to each other. They developed some friendships. But no less, they weren't friends. They were friendly rivals. The difference is big between those two terms. What kept this friendly relationship ongoing was simply their fights, which both enjoyed a lot. The demon, considered the strongest, was able even to surpass the true dragons, which were deemed unbeatable. Veldanava, of course, was out of the question. The demon had, in the past, challenged the first true dragon, and suffered an instant defeat. Now that Veldanava has died, the only one able to fight him on par was Velzard, the second true dragon, or so he thought. The appearance of the hero, who managed to draw with him, brought some excitement to his life. Being the strongest without a rival was boring, and this hero was able to rival him. The hero, on the other hand, was considered the strongest hero, with no equals among humans. After fighting so many mindless beasts and semi-strong monsters, he was bored. He even forgot the excitement coming with a good fight. But then he met this demon he couldn't beat. He didn't lose, but he didn't win either. No matter how often they fought, it always ended in a draw. This demon managed to light the flames of excitement in him and brought joy into his life. It didn't even matter to him if he was evil or not. He had already forgotten that he originally wanted to slay him. Now, he just enjoyed these fights and someday wanted to end this series of draws and win. These two were Guy Crimson and Rudra. Both of them were pretty similar. Both were very competitive. They even decided to turn this into a game. The guy would recruit so-called demon lords, and Rudra had his empire. The last time they fought, Guy said Rudra would become weak due to him still being a human. He suggested they get pawns and let them fight against each other, but that's humiliating for Rudra. And today, he came to show Guy that he is as strong as ever, and even beat him. His aim was for his sudden appearance in the Palace of White Ice. Just wait, Guy, today I'll beat you in your pawns. Unlike Rudra and Guy Crimson, there was someone who was rather exasperated about the sudden turn of events. He had a perfect poker face, but inside he was having trouble deciding what to do and how it has come to this. I just wanted to save Millum and have some fun, and now this bastard shows up. I had enough of this Rudra and Michael thing in the original timeline, and now I have to deal with it all over again. Maybe I should just beat him to a pulp and make sure he decides to give up his game with Guy. Or kill him. No, Velgrin would hunt me down for sure if I would do that. Ah, this hero is such a pain. Master, it seems like you insist on becoming the villain. Oh no, Ciel, but he caused us so many problems, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how it would affect the timeline if I do something against him, and waiting for him to attack Tempest in the future also isn't really an option either. What do you think? What should I do? Master, alone that you came here to be one of the ancient demon lords will change the timeline drastically. No matter what you do, it won't affect the original timeline, so you can act as you wish. Yes, you're right. I don't even know why I made such a fuss about it. Let's have fun, Ciel. Yes, Master. Rimuru-sama, I'm alright, you can put me down now. Oh crap, I forgot I was carrying her. Is she blushing, or am I seeing things? Master, your hand. Rimuru, who had caught rain as a reflex, didn't realize that his left hand was placed on a spot that could even make one of the primordial demons flustered. Realizing this, he quickly let go of her and turned his head away to hide his embarrassment. Thank you, Rimuru-sama. Is she angry? Of course, she is even stuttering. I hope she won't hold a grudge against me for that. Master is as dense as ever. Dense? Oi, if you have something to say it, Ciel. What do you mean dense? Ciel seems disappointed in me. What does she mean? Anyway, I have other things to worry about now. As Rimuru was thinking about this, both Rudra and Valgrand, in their human form, had landed on the balcony and were now approaching them. You know why I'm here. Today is the day I'll win for sure, no draws anymore. Where do you want to fight? I wouldn't want to accidentally destroy your castle. At Los Rudra, as much as I would want to fight you right now, I have a guest. You should have told me in advance. Guess? Another one of your pawns. Doesn't matter, I'll beat you both and show you who the real weakling is. He isn't a demon lord. He just helped us to calm down Millum. If you want to fight him, you'll have to ask yourself. I was not sure what to think about this Rimuru who came out of nowhere. He couldn't read him or his strength at all. I hope Rudra fights Rimuru, that way I can at least see what he's capable of. Maybe he is even worthy to join our group. Rimuru, who was standing as still as possible to go unnoticed, cursed Guy. I bet he just wants to know how strong I am. And maybe I could get this Rudra back for this whole stupid game he set off with Guy. Because of him, all I did was fight war after war. Yes, that way, I'm sure I would be accepted as a demon lord and get back at him. Guy-san, this blondie doesn't seem strong at all. Are you sure I should fight him? You insolent brat, who do you think you are to insult Rudra? Valgrand, who was standing silently next to Rudra, was enraged at this blue-haired stranger who dared to insult Rudra. But he doesn't seem that strong to me. Did I say something wrong? Before Rimuru could finish, Velgren rushed to him and started to attack him. Rimuru, knowing it would come to this, just dodged every punch and kick she threw. Not lifting a hand, he easily avoided every punch and kick she delivered effortlessly. Why can't I hit him? Why can't I hit him? Why isn't he attacking? Is he keeping an act? Yeah, that must be. I'm sure after some time he'll be exhausted, and I'll get him. After 5 minutes of constantly attacking, Velgren was at her wit's end. This stranger was effortlessly dodging her every attack with minimal movements, without fighting back. Is he looking down on me? Enraged by this realization, she once again attacked. Do we have to do this, Velgren-san? Shut your mouth, I'm going to make you pay for what you said. In her anger, Velgren became careless and lost her momentum for a second after Rimuru successfully dodged a kick of hers. Before she knew it, she slipped and was about to crash into him. But to her surprise, the crash never came. She suddenly realized that Rimuru had caught her and was princess carrying her. You shouldn't act out of anger, Velgren-san, you look better when you smile. Velgren, totally red on her face despite being in her human form, suddenly felt all her anger being swept away. But after realizing her current situation and seeing her sister's mocking face, she became all flustered and shy. Let go of me, what do you think you're doing? Rimuru, realizing what he was doing, quickly let her go, resulting in her crashing down to the floor bottom first. HMPF, is this how you treat a lady? Haha, I'm sorry. Hey, don't forget about me. I'm your opponent as of now. Erdra, at first dumbfounded at the events before him, took out his sword and dashed towards Rimuru. But before he could land a blow, Rimuru casually lifted his arm and flicked his finger against his sword, resulting in Rudra's sword being shattered to pieces. How did you do that? Oh, I'm sorry I broke your Torblani. I just wanted to parry, I swear. I didn't think you would attack me with a toy sword. TT toy sword. Rudra's sword was in reality mythical grade and embedded with holy magic. It was in no way weak and was able to match Guy's sword during their fights. And Rimuru just casually broke it with a flick of his finger. The reaction of the audience was all the same. They were all dumbfounded at the display of power Rimuru just showed. They guessed that he was probably strong, but not to this extent. I see, I guess I need a stronger sword to fight you. I'll return once I have one at my disposal. We shall take our leave now. What do you mean? We could do a fist fight, right? I could lend you a sword if you want. And NOIH have some tea things to do, be back in the Empire. Let's go, Velgren, we'll visit another time. Velgren, after her crash to the floor, was still sitting at the same spot and was silent till now. I'll stay here for some time, I have to check on Milm after all. That's the whole reason I came with you, after all. Alright, give her my regard then. And thus, Rudra left, leaving behind a dumbfounded crow. Especially a red-haired demon, who for some reason felt pain in his head. Why is my head hurting? Is this what they call a headache? Just who is this Rimuru? And at that moment, thanks to Rimuru, Guy Crimson had his first ever headaches. Rimuru, I have an offer, Guy said, still with a headache. Located in a pocket dimension created by Guy Crimson, a banquet was held. This place is not unfamiliar to Rimuru. This exact pocket dimension was used to host the Walpurgis meetings in the original timeline. 5 people were participating in this banquet, which were Guy, Ramrus, Velzard, Rimuru, and for some reason Velgrand. The room was silent and everyone was enjoying the meals. So, Guy-san, is this banquet some kind of bribery to make me accept your so-called offer? Asked Rimuru, who knew of Guy's methods. Either. If I wouldn't know him beforehand I would have fell for it, but too bad for you, Guy. I know exactly that this isn't an offer, but you want me to join desperately. Let's play with you a little, shall we? Oh, quite sharp, aren't you? Not exactly bribery, consider it as an act of goodwill. Now that everyone has finished their meals, let's talk about my offer, shall we? I'm sure you'll like it. Wait, Guy. Did you forget we have an intruder also partaking in this meeting? Velgrand, why are you still here? Didn't you stay to check on Milm? She is in the castle in one of the guest rooms. Misery, guide my sister to Milm's room. Called as always, sister. No, I'd like to stay and also hear about that offer. I can see Milm when she wakes up. This offer has nothing to do with you, Velgrand. You choose to act as a pawn for Rudra, so this doesn't involve you in any way. I just agreed for you to stay because of Milm's condition. I'm not a pawn. I just stayed with him because I was bored doing nothing, and he piqued my interest. Ara, what happened to your usual attitude, Velgrand? All you talked about was Rudra this and Rudra that. I even thought you were in love with him for a while. What are you saying as sister as I, the scorched dragon, would have fallen in love? Don't say things that could be misunderstood. There are people here who would believe in what you just said. Velgrand, who was red as a tomato despite being in her human form, quickly glared at Rimuru before averting her gaze back to her sister, whom she was arguing with. Rimuru, who saw this, had some flashbacks of his fight against Velgrand during the war against the Empire. Oh shit, she's angry. After I ate Veldora she also had a red tone on her face. But why? Is it because I belittled her during our small spar before? But I didn't want to hurt her. I hope I don't have to fight her again, she is simply too hard to calm down. Master, you so dense even I have a hard time expressing it this time. Ha. Did you say something, Ciel? Yes, you're dense and this time it's not your imagination. What's up with Ciel? Dense? Me? Why? I wish she could at least help me instead of calling me dense all the time. Guy, who was watching the bickering between the two true dragon sisters indifferently, had a smirk after witnessing Valgren's reaction. That sudden turn of events will be amusing to watch was all he could think. Velzard, I don't mind if Valgren wants to stay and listen to my offer. So, Rimuru, are you now willing to listen to my offer? Yes, go on. I'm currently assembling a group of demon lords, and I want you to join our group. I can tell you're strong after witnessing your quarrel with Valgren here and Rudra, so I think you have the right to call yourself one of us. Demon Lord, But what do I get from calling myself a demon lord and joining your group? I mean, it does rather sound bothersome. Haha, come on Guy, you have to try harder. I know you're desperate for me to join. Guy, who looked indifferent on the outside, was desperate to find a way to make this Rimuru join his group. No matter what, I have to convince him. He's strong, maybe even as strong as me. I can't have him walk around and do what he wants. If he joins, at least I can have him on a leash and check up on him. You receive the territory and can reign over it. How does it sound? Come on, just accept it already. Territory. Why do I have to be a demon lord to have a territory? I can just settle somewhere and relax, can't I? You piece of shit. As if you would just stay still and relax. It looks like he is traveling alone, maybe. If you join us, you'll also receive your own servant. She could help you with your demon lord duties, and also cook for you or whatever. Wait, what's she? Who is he talking about? I mean, it would be helpful before Benimaru and the others are born, but who does he have in mind? She? Who do you have in mind? Asked Velzard, who was wondering what Guy was planning. Rain, come here. Rain, who has been standing at the back of the room together with Misery, walked next to Guy. Yes, Guy-sama. From today onward, you'll serve Rimuru. What? All guests present, excluding Rain and Guy, screamed out loud, handing out a primordial to a stranger just for him to join. Boy or Guy-san, what are you talking about? Exactly what I said, Rimuru. And drop the san, Guy is enough. Rimuru, who was enjoying Guy's desperate attempts to make him join the demon lords, spit out his drink after hearing what Guy was talking about. I knew he wanted me to join, but Rain. She was a problem child in the original timeline and caused me many headaches. She, together with Diablo and Adalman, even found a religion in my name and caused me and Luminous a lot of headaches. They nearly started a holy war because some priests of the Holy Church didn't accept the newly found Rimurism. But this one doesn't know me yet, maybe I can raise this problem child and stop problems before they arise. Before I accept, I want to know what Rain thinks about this. I don't want to force her against her will. Rain, who blushed as soon as Guy made his offer, had trouble answering because of her excitement. IW would be a pleasure, my lord. Drop the lord stuff, Rain, Rimuru is enough. As you wish, our Rimuru-sama. Valgren, hearing all of this, was silently pouting for various reasons all the people present realized, except Rimuru. Guy, who panicked for a moment what Rain would say, was relieved. God, you know. So, Rimuru, do you accept my offer to join our group then? Yes, I'll accept, but under one condition. Condition? You're greedy, aren't you? What is your condition? I want to be the one responsible for giving out the titles for all demon lords who are going to join us. I, after hearing this, had a quizzled look on his way, but didn't think too much about it. I don't see a problem with that, is there a specific reason for that? No reason at all. I'm just good with names, you know. Hearing this, all of them were relieved to pass this hard duty to the new member. But Rimuru on the other hand was grinning mischievously. Guess you wait, Luminous. Hey everyone. Sorry for the late chapter, I was busy with school stuff and couldn't finish until today. Quick question. I'm not sure if I should add romance to the story, or if our adorable slime should stay single forever. What do you think? Do you have a favorite ship you have in mind? With Rimuru officially joining the Demon Lords, the tension in the room flew away as if it never even existed. The meals were finished, and Rain and Misery brought the desserts. I have to say, Rain and Misery, you both know how to cook. Everything was delicious. Maybe I could teach you some recipes myself while I'm staying here. I'm an excellent cook myself, you know, Rimuru proudly stated. Rain, after hearing Rimuru's praises, was flustered and amazed by how great her new master was. Is there anything Rimuru-sama can't do? And to even teach me some new recipes, what kind of otherworldly dishes will he teach me? Oh, I can't wait to find out. By the way, Rain, can you come here real quick? I have to name you, now that you're my assistant. And name me. And assistant. Rimuru, realizing Rain's panicked expression, realized he first had to explain it to her to not freak her out. Don't worry, your name will still be Rain, but I'm going to rename you properly. As I can see your potential is limited due to your naming by Guy. And yes, you're going to be my assistant and help me with various things, is it okay for you? Oh of course Rimuru-sama, it's an honor to fill such an important position amongst your ranks. Oi, did I accidentally create another Diablo? Well, whatever, we'll work on that later on. Rimuru, you joined like 10 minutes ago, and already started to belittle my doings. I was not amused by Rimuru's statement. Oh no, guy, naming is just something really difficult, you know. To give the perfect amount of meticulous without harming yourself and without limiting the potential is something even I have difficulties with. I mean, if not for Ciel, I don't think I could do any better. HMPF, praise me more, master. You're the best Ciel, thank you for your help. Thank you master, you can count on me. So, Rain, from today on, your name shall be Rain. A big amount of Megicule left Rimuru's body and wrapped themselves around Rain. She still was a demon peer, but her Megicule count had raised slightly. Thank you for naming me, Rimuru-sama. From today onwards, I shall serve you with everything I have. Your best, Rain-chan, I count on you. Rain blushed a little, but managed to keep her composure. If it was for her, she would jump around and cry out loud, but she had to act compass. I'm finally getting away from this cold place. I wish Misery could join me, but whatever, I'll come to visit her sometimes if Rimuru-sama allows me to. By the way, Rimuru, you talked about giving away the titles, but I have a perfectly fitting title for you. As long as it's acceptable, I'm fine with it. It would be weird if I would name myself. I'm not that much of a narcissist, you know. I thought so. You appeared out of nowhere, caused some ruckus, and even managed to calm down Milim. You fought Velgrand and Rudra and won and caused disarray with everything you did so far in general. How about Chaos Creator? Yup, that's befitting for Rimuru, Rammers said. I also like it, Velzard added. Velgrand, who was just listening the whole time, also nodded in agreement. Rimuru was conflicted. I mean the translation in everyday language would be problem child, wouldn't it? But it sounds cool, much better than newbie. It even has, if one wouldn't know of the circumstances of how I got the name, ominous. I like it. I accept. That's a good name. I also have a name for Milim. How about Destroyer? You're good with coming up with names, that was no bluff, huh? I just copied your old title, but come on, where in the world is that original? But if it's Milim, I think it fits her the best. I mean, if I have to list every door she destroyed in Tempest or every road when landing, I would be here for eternity. So it's decided. I and Rammers already have our titles. The humans came up with something good for once. Our new demon lord shall be the Destroyer and the Chaos Creator. Misery, tell your underlings to reveal this to the humans. Let's see how they react to that. Yes, Gaisama, I'll do it right away. And thus, the news of the new demon lords was spread across the world. Meanwhile, in Ingratia, which was much smaller compared to what it will be in the future, a mysterious girl with a mask, that hid her beautiful face, was walking around town. We finally managed to escape from Luminous. She was clingier today than ever. Chloe. I thought I was the only one who was harassed by her like that, but I guess we two are on the same team, Hinata. But even so, I miss Shuna's-sen's cooking. I don't want to wait for 2,000 years. Chloe. Don't talk about food. I'm already dying inside. That Rimuru before he reincarnated, I was used to eating normal dishes, but because of him, I couldn't stop thinking about all the desserts and meals in Tempest. I'll give him a beating when we return to the present, for sure. Hinata. Oh, you never honest with your feelings, Hinata. Did you miss him already? Chloe. As if I would miss that as slime. All he thinks about are elves and pranks. Hinata. Fufu, you should be more honest with yourself, Hinata, or else you'll never have a chance. I mean, you never had a chance in the first place because of me, but anyway. Chloe. Shut up, as if I would want something from him, Hinata. While Chloe was walking around and enjoying her free time from Luminous, she was talking to Hinata. It was trapped in her body too. The two bound together after spending time together in Chloe's body and became good friends. While they were talking, suddenly, a demon dropped from high air, destroying the street he landed on. Chloe, seeing this, took her battle stance and ready to attack, but couldn't detect any hostility coming from the demon. Why are you waiting, Chloe? We should kill him before there are any hostilities. This is an archdemon, Hinata. Wait, I saw this demon in my previous loops. He usually brings the news about Milim joining the demon lords, but it's earlier than usual. I wonder why, Chloe. Before Chloe could finish her sentence, the demon opened his mouth to make the announcement he was tasked to make. Here, humans. From today onwards, 2 demon lords joined the ranks of the demon lords, Guy Crimson-sama and Rammers-sama. The first one to join is Destroyer Veldanava-sama. The demon made a dramatic pause to let the news sink in, and hopefully create some panic amongst the listeners. Chloe, did Luminous decide to join earlier than usual? What's going on? Should there be 2 new demon lords? I thought Milim was the only one to join. Hinata. Chloe didn't answer immediately. She panicked. This wasn't supposed to happen. In all her time loops, Milim was the only one to join. I don't know Hinata. Did we mess up? But ID did everything like usual, and no changes to the T timeline. Who I is the other one. Chloe. The mask was hiding her face, but underneath she had a panicked expression. This wasn't supposed to happen. What if it messes up the whole timeline? They were taken back to reality when the demon opened his mouth and shouted out the second part of the announcement. The second one to join is the Chaos Creator, Rimuru Tempest-sama. That's all. With that, the demon opened his wings and flew away, leaving a panicked crowd behind who were crying and shouting out of anxiety. But amongst those, one person was petrified and didn't make a single motion. Hinata Chloe. Chloe Hinata. Did I hear the second part right, or am I losing my mind? Chloe. I'm sure he said Rimuru Tempest. Hinata. Is this a joke? How can Sensei be here? I know his powers and time travel is not one of them. Is Luminous playing a prank on us? Maybe she did it. Hinata. Let's go. Chloe. Wait, where are we going? Hinata. We are going to the frozen continent to find out about this impostor Rimuru Tempest. Chloe. What? Wait, Chloe, wire Hinata. Let's go. Chloe. With that, the mysterious girl made her way to the frozen continent to confront the one who dared to use her dear sensei's name. Does you wait, you impostor. Who on earth are you, Rimuru? Yes, I just wanted to ask the same question, Rimuru. I am curious too. Velzard and Ramrus stared suspiciously at Rimuru. What they just experienced made them lose their breath, despite them being spiritual beings and not needing to breathe in the first place. Meanwhile, Rain, Valgrand, and Misery were still enjoying this out-of-this-world experience to the fullest, without letting themselves get bothered by the ruckus made by Guy, Velzard, and Ramrus. Haha, does that mean that you like it? Yes, but what is this? I have never seen it anywhere in the Cardinal world, and I doubt Rudra has anything like that in his empire either. Look at Valgrand over there, she is still entranced by it. Guy exclaimed. This is called tiramisu and is one of the recipes I wanted to teach Rain. But I'm glad you all liked it. The reason for their astonishment was this mysterious delicacy personally prepared by Rimuru. Of course, he didn't prepare it now, rather he had some left in his imaginary space, and simply took it out and served it. Tiramisu, Rain said, still busy with her piece. Close, it's tiramisu, but you look like you like it, Rain-chan. I have a lot more to teach you, Rimuru smugly answered Rain. There are even more delicacies like this one, Rimuru-sama. I'll do my best. If one would see her right now, there's no way someone would believe she is the blue primordial. I guess sweets are the way to tame strong girls and true dragons in this world. It has been 2 days since the announcement of the new demon lords. Rimuru, still waiting for Milim to wake up from her slumber, was hanging around in Guy's and Velzard's castle, and doing all kinds of stuff to pass the time. He first thought it would be a good idea to introduce card games to them, but they had to stop it after Velzard constantly lost. This alone wasn't the reason for them to cancel it, but rather Valgrand, who was enjoying winning for once against her sister. What started as a verbal mockery quickly turned into a small fight, and Guy and Rimuru had to intervene to stop the 2 true dragons from causing havoc and destroying everything. After everyone finished their desserts and left to either sleep, in Velzard's case, or do their work, Rimuru was the only one staying behind. He was on the balcony enjoying his tea. Isn't this place surprisingly fun, Ciel? Is constantly trying to prevent 2 true dragons from fighting fun to you, master. Kind of. I mean it's sibling Squirrel, I don't think they would kill themselves. Before you say anything, Veldora is an exception, I guess. If you say so. But the Scorch Lizard is swimming in dangerous waters these days. Scorch Lizard? I thought you only used the lizard term for Veldora. Is it because she keeps glaring at me? I mean I kind of understand it. It must have been embarrassing for her to lose to me in front of all these people. I give up. What do you mean? Nothing, just your imagination. Here we go again. If she has something to say, she could just say it. Well, whatever, I don't think Valgrand would do something stupid in the first place. Sigh. While Rimuru was lost in his thoughts, suddenly a big explosion was heard outside the castle, which brought Rimuru back to the reality. Is it Rudra again? This man, this time I'm going to beat him to a pulp. I was peacefully enjoying my tea. Rimuru, curious about the cause of the explosion, teleported in front of the castle to check up on what was going on. What he saw made his blood freeze. Rain and Misery were trying to hold back a familiar masked girl who, despite her face being covered, looked furious. I said bring the one who dares to use Sensei's name out her. Before she could finish her sentence, her eyes fell on the newly arrived Rimuru. Both the girl and Rimuru were petrified and didn't make a move. Rimuru, panicked, activated thought acceleration at the maximum capacity to discuss this serious problem with Ciel. Oi Ciel, what is Chloe doing here? You have forgotten that Chloe and Hinata were around during these times, didn't you, master? But what am I going to tell them? Chloe wouldn't mind it, I guess, but I'm sure Hinata isn't going to just let me live peacefully after hearing my reason for being here. You can tell them that you were bored and decided to travel through time. What's wrong with that, master? Ciel, Hinata scolds me for every reason. What's worse is the place we're at. What's going to happen if the others find out? It won't be fun, and knowing Guy, he will give me a hard time. I don't think Chloe and Hinata would reveal your secret, master. You could just tell a part of the truth and tell them that she is your student. That's an option. Wait, let's first check if she knows who I am. I mean, I look different than she remembers, right? I won't say anything more, master, do as you like. With the conversation over, Rimuru deactivated thought acceleration and turned his attention back to Chloe. Rain, Maizuri, I have everything in control here, you can go back inside. But Rimuru-sama. Don't worry, tell Guy and the others that I'll manage everything fine here. As you wish, Rimuru-sama. With that, Rain and Maizuri hesitantly left the two alone. HACHL, I mean masked girl, what is why your reason to be here? She didn't answer. She just kept staring at him. After 5 minutes, the girl removed her mask, tears in her eyes. Sensei, it's you, Chloe shouted and jumped at Rimuru, hugging him tightly. Sensei, sensei. Chloe repeated those words, sobbing in Rimuru's chest. Alright, everything is fine now, Chloe. So, stop crying, alright. I promise everything is gonna be alright. That brought a smile to Chloe's face. She slowly lifted her teary face and looked at Rimuru, who gave her a reassuring smile. But suddenly, the smile on Chloe's face vanished and was replaced with anger, and her grip on Rimuru's shoulders tightened. Then Chloe. Chloe had her chance, now you have to face me, you idiot. Hinata-chan. Don't you dare chan me, you idiot. We're going to have a luing talk together. Rimuru, at first happy to see his beloved student again, was now nervously sweating. Am I going to survive this? And with that, both of them entered the castle where the second interrogation would take place.